Hey guys, I'm Ryan live from Unbound Vision, and here we are again with another speed drawing video. To tell you guys quite honestly, I've been running into some issues with my computer, so if this video comes up a little late, then you'll know the reason why. But this video probably shouldn't come up late. I'm sure I'll have it uploaded sometime tonight. But yeah, what you're seeing right now is I'm actually working on another comic for our upcoming anime web series TAKESHI, and this is it's just you know, we've been doing these really silly comics quite often, and this is probably the third silly comic that we're making, and I think you guys will really like this one because I really tried to push the humor for this one as far as I possibly could. And yeah, and right now I'm showing you some of our shading and shadowing. So what you're seeing right now is me just coming in very rough with my brush, and it's a solid brush. Just a, you know, regular solid brush, but it's all about your application of the shadows, and that's what's really gonna make the characters come alive a little bit more, because it gives them a little more depth, even if they are 2D. And you can see right now, you don't have to come in extremely clean when you first come in. In fact, most people and most artists in general usually come in very rough, and then they further define it as they go. And you're seeing right now what I'm doing is I'm actually further defining the shadows, and I'm just cleaning up. It's just tons of cleanups for this in regards to the actual application. And if you're wondering how I actually do this, what I do is I put a shading layer over it. So once you have your lines and your black and white done, or your basic color, you come over it with a shadow, right? But what do you use for the shadow? Well, you just get a layer. I just call my layer shading. Just make a new layer, put it on top of everything else, and then turn that layer to multiply. In the layer settings, you'll see a little area called multiply down there, and yeah, if you switch the layer to multiply instead of normal, which is usually what it's set on, your layer will usually always be set on normal. But if you set it on multiply, you can basically have anything you make will go over basically everything else underneath it. So even this is great because if you have lines and you don't want to show the white, because if you have a line layer and it's set to normal, right, and it came from a previous image, it's going to register the whole image, the white and the lines, and the white and the lines are going to go over whatever you have underneath that layer. But if you only want the lines to show over all those layers, then just switch the layer on top to multiply, and you'll only see the lines, and the white will be gone, basically. There won't be any white. You'll just see the lines, and this is great because it allows you to basically kind of overlay things and see how it feels, versus just trying to bring down the opacity, because bringing down the opacity will definitely lessen the clarity of the image. It'll bring it down so you can see what's underneath that image, but you'll still have the white. Whereas if you switch that layer on top to multiply, then you'll only see the lines and the white will be taken out. Very simple. And if you have shadows, if you go over with a shadow brush and you make shadows on that multiply layer, it will make your shadows darken over whatever colors that you have. And it acts very naturally. As you can see here, it acts very naturally according to whatever's underneath that layer. So if you have a very dark color, then it's gonna have a very dark shadow. Whereas if you have a lighter color, it has a lighter shadow, etc. It helps just experiment with the multiply setting for your layer, because it can be a game changer. It can be a real game changer when it comes to actually giving your drawing some depth. And oh yeah, I love this shot. So the alligator you guys saw in the previous comic, he comes back in this third comic, and he's basically their alligator now. They can't bring him back to the zoo, obviously, because, well, Aki stole the alligator, right? So they're probably looking for the alligator, so there's no point for her to bring it back according to her logic. And yeah, so this is basically what every shot is gonna look like when it comes to the comic. I don't want to spoil for you what they're gonna say. You're gonna have to go on Facebook and Twitter if you want to see what exactly it is they're gonna say. But I hope you did enjoy this process. And yeah, let me know if you guys want to see anything else for these videos. Usually I like to just do these speed drawing videos with our comics right now because it coincides with what I'm doing in that day. But anyways, that's enough for today. I hope you guys stay inspired, and I'll see you next time. Bye.